of decisions. So people, how we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC, Crystal Edge Technology Screens, and FLEBT company, which all that's going to change. I didn't like the last two streams I did, so I deleted them off the account. But I don't want my last streams to be me ranting about taking someone to court and all that other nonsense and just random stuff at the end of the day. That's not the way to basically do it at the end of the day. It has to be done better. So this will be the last video because it's a more proper, more professional way to do it. To the individuals who prosecuted my company, I am going to have you in court, starting with Mr. Fernando Gonzalez. You'll be the first person that I will be taking to court and getting ready the procedures of following lawsuits, criminal charges, and whatever else we can get in that courtroom to get done. And the rest of you will follow along with him also too. So here we go from there. My new start starts tomorrow. I'm getting the unit. I've been approved. So it starts from there. So basically, I'm still going to be doing business online. The websites aren't going anywhere. I'm still going to be processing orders. None of that's going to change. The only difference is I'm deciding to branch my company out here where I need to be at. I need to be at trade shows. I need to be at expos. I need to have clients. I need to have all that stuff in order for me to go to that next level. And watching the big companies like Elite Screens and Black Diamond and all of them, they're not just doing all their business online. They're basically networking. They have stores and places you can go to, and I want the same thing they have at the end of the day. And I think I worked long enough and hard enough to be able to have that. So I'm taking this step. It comes with a ton of changes. I mean, for me it does. One thing, my dress code. Can't be wearing this, as I said before, to meetings and get-togethers and, conference meetings and all that other stuff that comes along with the contract negotiations. I have to dress the part. So no more sneakers, no more casual. I guess basically if I'm just hanging around with family, I can wear that, but not with. I'm used to basically just being behind a computer and just wearing slippers and stuff like that. That's not going to happen. Me doing updates, not anymore. I'm going to hire somebody to do all that because I'm not going to have time to do it. I have a graphic designer coming in to redo all our labels, everything with the new company's name on it. As I said before, we can't have multiple companies. It's too confusing to try to explain. We got a company here and a company there. Everything has to be one unit in order for that to work. So at the end of in December, probably around the end of December, we will basically sign it in with GoDaddy. I'm bringing in a web designer, and he's going to basically build the final company's name, and this will involve our trademarks, copyrights, and then we'll have bringing in a patent attorneys, stuff like that, to get everything locked in and secure. And the two websites I have now, we're not getting rid of those because those sites bring in a lot of traffic. They're fantastic information pages. They'll be turned into massive information pages. That's what they'll be turned into. And they'll basically redirect their traffic to the main site, which will be the new site under the new company's name. Crystal Edge Technology Screens basically will be a different domain name to match the main company under GoDaddy, and so will the Black Series LLC. Now, for the individuals who attack these companies, do not think for a hot second because we have changed over the company's name, does this not leave you liable for lawsuits? It does, because there's copyrights on these names. Do you know the Black Series LLC? Did you ever look at I posted the copyrights on it. Did you ever look at them very carefully? It's something really interesting about the two. They have two different types of copyrights that sit on them. So if you look under the cube in Crystal Edge is 2D artwork. It says it right there. If you go to the page, it says 2D artwork. But if you look under the one under the Black Series LLC, the wave in the back, That's not copyrighted. The name itself was copyrighted. It was done differently. So if you even say the name and you write it down anywhere, you violated a copyright right from the door. That's why it was designed that way. So you learn from different ways. You know, the cube and all that, that's fantastic. It's 2D artwork. But the name for Black Series Edition itself holds a copyright. So if you wrote the name down anywhere without our permission, we can sue you for it. Anyone. If you write that name down, it has official copyright sitting on it. So if you look at it, it doesn't say 2D artwork. It says the name itself. Yeah, I thought I'd tell you that last before we get ready to round a few of you off for court. And keep in mind, the 5 people that are involved, they're not the only ones being sued. There's actually about 20 people that have lawsuits coming their way that we found on YouTube that was using our names, using our artwork, and slandering our company. You'll be contacted shortly. And yes, we do know your whereabouts. So if you hear this and you know you've been doing this and you're feeling a little nervous right now, you should. Copyrights can carry some very serious lawsuits, especially in federal court. And once we reach the federal court status, this will involve jail time. Definitely, you will receive some jail time. All right, just want to let you know that. Sometimes I don't say everything. There's a time and place to explain things. There is. But anyway, I'm happy because my life is going to change. Got my Doritos and more junk food right here. My life is going to change a great deal. I am now going to have clients already lined up to come in and take a look at this technology. And these are people that are going to be signing distributorship contracts. So right from the door, before I got into this building, I have clients already set up, distributorships that are dying to come in and see this technology because they've been hearing about it all over YouTube. The Match Your Better demonstrations, they're all over the place. And they're watching those demonstrations. I told you, companies watch your videos. They do. So they've been watching all those Match Your Better demonstrations. They've been seeing how I back my company up, how I deal with people who try to prosecute the company, because it's a professional way to do that. A professional way is exposing those who came at your company and taking them to court, not making memes of them and doxing them and sending letters to their houses without permission and committing post office fraud. That's not the way to do it. That's why I explained to you that people watch your account on YouTube, businesses do. And if that's how you carry yourself, no company will touch you. I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. I signed a contract with you. My name and your name are together. So that means if you go do something stupid, guess what that means? That puts a black eye on my company. I have to try to distance myself from you. Damage control, trigger. So that's the reason why you guys would never receive any contracts. Because companies have been watching your activity for quite some time. And your names have came up quite a few times in a few conversations as companies, or they don't call you companies, they call you shady businesses that they wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. Well, can't be mad about it. I mean, it was their own doing at the end of the day. They decided to go down the wrong path and do dumb things, and this is what they got. They made a bad name for themselves. Their company has a permanent black eye sitting on top of it. And then once we take you to court, you'll be in court records. You're going to have it. You know, at the end of the day, realize that you're going to have criminal charges on you. You got a record. That's into that for you guys. And meanwhile, I'm going to set up at the office place, right? And I need something called a trademark secret, which I have to research. So basically, because our formula carries a special ingredients, it is required to have something called a trademark secret, just in case if we want companies to be able to mass produce the product. So gotta look into that one too. Man, it's gonna be fantastic to be able to for the business meetings, and within my contracts. I have in my contracts. When I do business with companies, I get a minimum of 60 gallons. That's my minimum on my contract. And they're willing to pay a minimum of 60 gallons for that technology. But they want more than that. They want a lot more than that. My minimum is 60 gallons. I'm guaranteed to make over $10,000. Easy. Imagine that. That's why I like the contracts. I love my customers, don't get me wrong. But the contracts carry serious money at the end of the day. Because they're buying large quantities and we make a lot of stuff. Ad tech. You seen that technology with the Budweiser in the window? Man, that stuff is going to sell like crazy. We got a brewery up here that's interesting, and they're having all the windows done. And a 4x4 sheet of that surface is $1,700. We decided to go with $1,700. They don't care. They want all the windows done. They want their windows to look like bubbly soap suds for beer. That's what they want. How much money they're going to pay us to have. Look how big those windows are. How about the easies? Good easy, 100 grand. Easy. No time at all. $100,000 made within minutes. I told you. I'll be a millionaire soon. Yep. Took 13, 14 years to do it. And you naysayers are mad right now and bitter, upset because you've been completely cut off. But you're not quite cut off. I'm still going to see you. You'll see me again. It's not on a good term. Or no good terms is a good term with you guys. But when you see my face, when you hear of me, your life is over. That's what it means. That means you're going to jail. You're going to sit before a judge. And you will lose all your worldly possessions. That's what it means when you hear my name again. Mr. Fernando, like I said, I'm going to show them at the end of the day what we mean business. You're already set up, all ready to go. Once I'm done, once I'm settled in, I'm going to go over to City Hall and begin the process of getting you taken care of. And you'll see that process service come to your front door, meet you at your job, whatever it takes, to make sure I can get you into a courtroom to prosecute you. And I guarantee you that when they see the process that we put you through, these guys will probably move to another state. But remember, you can't get mad about it. You brought it on yourself. No one told you to do that kind of stuff at the end of the day. Come on, you're a grown man, you should know better. I shouldn't even be having this conversation with you. I really shouldn't. You're not 5, you're not 10, you're not 16. You're a grown man. But you thought it'd be all fun and games. Let me go do this. He's online. At the end of the day, I can do what I want to do. No one's going to find me. We know exactly where you live at. And as I said before, I will be reaching out to your landlord. You will be leaving that building. Or your landlords have to make a choice. Either we find out in the day that he knew about your activity, your criminal activities in that building, and it goes against his lease. The very lease that he wrote for that building, it goes against it. So which means he would breach his own contract. Oh yeah, we can get you out of the building. Not a problem. So several different ways this can go. If he knew the activity was going on and within his lease for his other tenants, he basically, in any lease, you can't commit any form of criminal activities while you're living in that residency, which means it's an automatic eviction. And that means if he basically says, well, we don't, so that means he goes against his own lease. And that's if he breaches his own lease, that means he's liable, especially with your LLC being tied to his building already. So with that being said, we could sue you both. And I don't think he's going to lose that building at the end of the day for one person. So he's going to let you go. Most likely, what he's going to do is he's going to act like he didn't know anything that was going on. And he's going to play Mr. Ooh, I didn't know he was doing all that at the end of the day. I guarantee you he says it. I guarantee you he says that to me. And we're going to say, well, we need him removed from the building. Because either you remove him because that's a breach of your lease, or we file a lawsuit. And when he sees those process servers that will be making contact on his property, and mind you, when they bang on the door, they bang on the door to let you know that they are there to come serve you, and they're loud. So your neighbors are going to know that you're being served for court. And they're going to contact your landlord and let them know that your apartment's being hit multiple times by process servers. And if you at the end of the day feel that you want to go call the police and say I'm harassing you, no, I have criminal charges. In order for me to get a process server to go to your front door, I must show proof that you have committed a crime. And that must be passed to a judge, which a judge has to basically give us a right to be able to have a process server come to your door, which means there must be enough evidence to be able to hold you accountable for court in order for the process server to be there. I know the law, Mr. Fernando. So the fact that we had a judge say, okay, yeah, there's enough evidence here to bring this guy to court, go get your process server. There you go. See you in court. And if I were you, I would advise you to start looking for a new place. You know, you spent how many years going to all my landlords, spreading false lies about my business, spreading false lies about me, trying to get me evicted out of places that I earned the right to be there. I worked hard to be there. Remember I told you about if you do something to a Christian, it automatically turns back on you? Now you're in this situation of being removed from your own apartment due to the fact that you tried to have me removed for many years from many places I was living at, minding my own business, and now I have enough evidence to remove you from yours, actually. So that's the end of that. Your kids are grown, Fernando. I know they are. You've been in that apartment for a very long time. So that's why it's no problem to have you removed. If you had kids in the apartment, we wouldn't do this because it affects the kids. Like Mr. McAfee. You know, you guys don't think at all. This tells you why I'm more mature than you are. You have 2 kids, McAfee. Don't you? You know that you do. Is it right for them to lose their home because you didn't know how to act like an adult? Because you felt the need to do stupid stuff at the end of the day. Is it right for them to lose their home? This is why at the end of the day, gentlemen, I'm more than a man you will ever be at the end of the day. Because I can take your home from you. I have that right. You don't have enough money to pay out what you have to pay me at the end of the day. You committed multiple acts of fraud against my business. So I can easily take your home from you, but I'm not going to take it. And the reason why is because what I found out on your Facebook account, you have little ones. And it's not right for them to lose their home because their father is a bonehead at the end of the day. So you will lose your freedom. That is definitely going to happen because you committed fraud against my business. And that is a 20-year prison sentence for committing fraud. Did you not forge my company's receipt? Try to make a receipt? That's, what do they call it? It's identity theft, and you have multiple accounts of identity theft already against you already for using a bar's address as your own. That's identity theft. So that's punishable up to 5 to 20 years in jail. So you will not be going home, but you will not lose your home in the process. Because I'm going to make sure that when we talk to the judge, that your home stays intact. You're lucky I'm a nice person at the end of the day. I'm pretty sure that if the shoe was on the other foot, you would probably take everything from me and probably toss it if I had kids out in the street because you guys are dirty like that. You know? Me, on the other hand, I'm not that kind of person at the end of the day. swear I gotta get a t-shirt that says live stream. You know when live streams in Allentown? Man. Some people looking at me like I'm crazy. I'll show you crazy. I must be the only one down here at live streams. I gotta check on my stuff real quick. Got some stuff in the laundromat. So tomorrow morning, my business deal goes through. I'm done. I hit my next stage. I'm finished. All this right here gets changed out. New dress code. I even picked up an Apple tablet. Yeah, I know. Not an Apple fan, but I like it. It's pretty nice. So, they're going to change over everything. New cell phones, everything. I just picked me up an Apple phone too while I'm at it. Yeah, so I'm sitting here doing the live stream, and the guy walks over, looks at me. I'm like, "Y'all don't do live streams, or you don't? Then you can go about your business. Just mad at me for it." My goodness. Well, anyway, like I said before, yeah, a lot of changes. A lot of changes, man. I'm gonna be leaving my house at the end of the year. I'm gonna get me a piece of land. I want to start working on my house. Yep. See? That's why, when I sit there and say your stuff got to be tested, they get mad at me when I say it. It's the truth. Your stuff has to be tested. You can't come out here and your stuff is not properly tested. They think YouTube out here. It's a whole different world out here. People will see your crap a mile away. And they will call you on it too. Can't do no smoke and mirrors out here. When you're ambient controlled environment, you can't do that out here. It don't work that way. If you've been faking your demonstrations online, you can't fake them out here. How's that gonna work? You have an audience in front of you 24/7. That's why I like to do live. That's why I do so many live demonstrations. Because you can't make those mistakes. Everybody will see it. That prepares me for out here, where everybody will see it. Well, I like to thank all my customers for supporting the company. I do appreciate it. And like I said, we're not going anywhere. Of course, haters at the end of the day try to spread false rumors, always leaving YouTube, always running. No, it's called advancing your business. That's what it's called. It's called moving to the next level. Want more out of life. Working hard to get to that next chapter. That's what it's called. Websites are still going to be there. Still going to be uploading videos on YouTube to match or better demonstration. Or deny me not. I'm going to walk around because they're working on a skywalk. I'm going to go to the back door of the laundromat. So I'm going to keep those in place. I'm going to keep those in place because then that'll remind naysayers at the end of the day that you got a lot of work to catch up to. Especially if, YouTube talking trash about me. Oh, back here we go. Daily walk and talk. I don't think it's going to happen anymore. That's a question mark on that one. It just depends on how hectic everything becomes with me networking back and forth. I may not have time for it. I may have it down to maybe one a week. I don't know. I don't know about that yet. walking through grass. I can walk through grass unless I sneeze. My nose will be clogged for the next couple of days. Oh wait, laundromat's on this side. What the freak? Just walk up to the grass. Can't believe it's been 1 year. 1 year went fast. That's why I took a picture of the bench. That's where all it started from. You know? These guys thought because I was in a garage, they thought that I moved backwards 2 steps. I'm a Christian. Christians don't move back steps. We always travel forward. So, nah. Nope. If anything, we're in a waiting station. That's all. Oh. It's done. Okay, it's done. Okay. So yeah, for Christians never move backwards. We're a waiting station, that's all. That's what the garage was. The garage was a waiting station. Allowed me to have my peace of mind, nice and quiet. Allowed me not to have people around me, which I liked. Lived in a place with an apartment on the other end. People were very respectful, you know, very polite. The whole neighborhood was polite. And they knew I was in there. Not one person ever complained or nothing. Not one person. Real nice people at the end of the day. Even after McAfee and Mr. Williams tried to make my life rough in the neighborhood. Mr. Williams, you live in an apartment, don't you? We know. I'll be reaching out to your landlord. You're also going to receive a eviction notice also. We know you live in an apartment high rise. I know exactly which apartment you're at. I'll be reaching out to your landlord. I'll be sending him some documents. I want to know if he had anything to do, if you know about your activities, and we're requesting for you to be removed from the building. You also have several lawsuits coming at you. One of the lawsuits you're facing is about $1 million. And then you have about 40 accounts of post office mail fraud, which you're never getting out of jail. You will spend the rest of your life, I hate to say it this way, but this is true, you're going to die in prison. You're not getting out, ever. He has way too many charges on him. He has 40 accounts of post office mail fraud. And we know it's you. You know why? Because the letters were unopened, your fingerprints are on the inside. So, I'm just telling you like it is. It's not telling you in a way just basically to try to scare you. It's what it is. Post office mail fraud has a crime of 20 years in jail, and you have 40 of those. And we filed every single one of them. So, this is the one that's broken. Simple. Yep. I filed every last one of them. So, your life is over. No, they'll take it in a way like, oh, he's doing that. I hate you. He's doing it. You guys are so caring. At the end of the day, you commit a crime, and you're going to go to jail for it, and you're going to lose all your stuff for it, and you want to basically complain that someone's coming after you. That's how backwards you are. You committed a crime. You're going to basically do the time. That's it. Be a man about it. That's what you do. Complain about it. I didn't once, ever, on YouTube complain about the time I had to do. Nope. Didn't blame anybody for it. Never heard me blame anybody for it. said I messed up and I made a mistake. And I had to pay for it. And that's what I did. So man up. Don't be a baby about it. I know you may need Lysol. You may give you 30 years. You never know. You never know what's going to happen in the courtroom. Or you can just plead insanity. You'll still get like 30-something years, but you won't get the rest of it. Who knows? Or you might get saved and God may bless you that you don't do any of that time. You might do some of it, but not a lot of it, like I had to go through. But you got to do something. You have to understand in the day. You got to do sometime. I sit back and think about this sometimes. It's a long time to do. 8 years. 9 months. Almost got the 9 years in there. A long time. Get a lot to think about. Different ways to straighten your life out to do better. Some people don't appreciate freedom. They don't. They take it for granted. Sometimes it has to be taken away from you in order to understand how precious it is. Mr. Williams, Mr. Hyam Williams. You call yourself a minister at the end of the day. I even had doing a recording. Contacting me, carrying on and acting up, harassing my cell phone calls. When you guys see what we do to Fernando in the next couple of months, I'm just going to put it this way in a nice way. You're going to wish you weren't born. He's going to get it pretty bad. I mean, really bad. Fernando's looking at serious jail time. He's not getting out ever. He's going to grow old in that place. He has very serious charges on him. Fernando, you don't understand this. I know you're listening. I know you're in here. You know those documents and stuff we have? They sit in the Allentown police records right now. Your website, your address, all your information. Your entire Facebook page was scanned. It's over there right now. Everything's over there. We have everything on you. Everything. So, you're looking at some very serious jail time. Let's see, minimum. This is getting an idea how minimum. Like I said, it's a landmine for him. It's like walking through a minefield. You're going to hit one of them. And the damage is going to be pretty bad. He has several counts on it. It's pretty bad for him. Let me see. Minimum cyber stalking, which we have. So defamation, taking someone's pictures and stuff like that, that's in the terms of cyber stalking. Let's just talk about minimum here. And you got 2 counts of post office mail fraud. I'm going to be sending that to your landlord too, so that you committed mail fraud while you was in his apartment. How much time can you get for cyber stalking?
According to Ciccarelli Law Offices,
5 years.
If you are found guilty of stalking, you will face the following penalties under Section 2709.1. First-degree misdemeanor. For a first offense, you will be charged with a first-degree misdemeanor. You could face up to 5 years in prison and a fine that can cost up to $10,000.
Do you understand how bad this is going to get for you, Mr. Fernando? Do you see all those pictures I have sitting on my account? They sit in the Allentown Police Department on record under your incident report. So that means each one of those pictures that you sent over is involved in cyber stalking, which means I can give you 5 years, or the judge will give you 5 years for each one of those pictures. 5 years. So this can add up to 20, 30 years very, very easily. Your first hit, when they read out your charges on how much you're going to get for each charge, your first hit's going to be 5 years. Anything after that, it gets worse. This is the part they don't understand. When you're in court and they're calling out your charges and how much time you're going to get and what you're being charged for, if you're hit with 5 years, anything after that is going to be bad. So if you get hit with another one, that's 10 now. You get another year, that's 11 years. Get it with 2, that's 13. See what I mean? And you did a lot of stuff. So you're easy looking at a good 50 years in jail. Then we got the fraud charges, and we got them involving your LLC, which I had to contact the Attorney General's office over in California about you committing fraud. So we can have all that information together for court. All that over paint. That's how dumb it is. Paint. Yep, just paint. What did I tell you at the end of the day? Hey, 2 of them bags that fast? That on it. I told you at the end of the day that the devil is a time waster. I told you that, right? Remember I told you a little message? The devil is a time waster. That's what his job is. Waste your time. That's what he did for you, Mr. Fernando. Took time from you. It's going to take a lot of time from you. I did 8 years and 9 months. That was a long time for me. And you're going to be way beyond my numbers. Good juice. Man, I like this. I told you about another one of these. I like to try generic companies. You never know. This is actually really good. It's cheap too, $1.50. I like the squeeze bottle on it too. Because usually when you're wearing white t-shirts, it's hard for you to drink out of this because you run the risk of getting it on your shirt. This is fantastic, like a baby bottle. Okay, enough about them. I'm happy. I'm super happy. Well, people, it's been great. It's been fun. Like I said, we're not going anywhere. It's just that I don't want to do live anymore. I don't. And I don't think we have anything else to back up. We've done just about everything we could possibly do with screen paints and everything. I'm just going to be really busy working on getting my company to the next level. And it's going to be a little easier because we did all the hard work already. We did all the testing and everything we had to do. We backed everything up we had to do. We challenged all the companies we possibly could. So next stage is now to get it out here. So I'm happy for this next stage. Change is good. And it did start rumors by saying, oh, he sold out. He's going to charge all this money for a product, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Anyway, I got into the business to level the playing field, to make products a lot more affordable than $4,000, $5,000 projection screens. The problem we have here, gentlemen, is you keep comparing yourself to me. I'm not you at the end of the day. You are not me at the end of the day. I market my product behind certified projection screens. Leveling the playing field means against a certified. A screen is going to cost the customers $2,000, $3,000, $7,000. It has nothing to do with you. How many certified screens have you tested your products against? None at all. Period. Oh, wait. I seen Jamie do the Darkstar 9, but he did a screen with a 0.8 gain in a dark environment. First of all, that screen should have never been in a dark environment. There's a 0.8 gain attached to it. It's an extremely dark screen. It pulls up an amazing white level, and the contrast on it is pretty nice. The reason why you had it in a dark environment because your screen doesn't operate in a 0.8 gain level. That's why. So to try to even the playing field, to try to make your screen compared to that one, you stuck it in a dark environment. You're lucky the company didn't sue you. Cinema Grade 5D did the same in that one too. You go back and watch that demonstration. We claims the screen has a yellowish tone. It has the surface sitting there in a dark environment. Those screens don't work in screens don't work in dark environments, but they're designed to be in well-lit environments. I notice that people do that. They stick screens in dark environments, the same environment they're going to be in, and say, oh, we're the same thing. No, you're not. You're not at all. By far, you're not the same thing as that technology. I've studied the Darkstar 9. You're not even close to it. So, fail, as always. So, when I say that we market our products, when we say our products are affordable, not next to y'all stuff at the end of the day, y'all stuff don't even work. If it did, I wouldn't have cancellations. I don't know how many times I have to say the word cancellation. Cancel. Do you understand that part of it? For some reason, it doesn't sink in with these guys. Jamie, Rogers, Danny, whatever you call yourself at the end of the day, you have canceled. Do you understand what that means at the end of the day? You couldn't process the order, so you gave Mr. Bird back his money. That's what you did. So that means since you can't back it, it doesn't work. Please process that at the end of the day. And freaking Roger, Daniel calls somebody, they're removing states. Yeah, you remove my state, you remove the state of Texas too, and Florida. So, we don't compare our stuff to you. We don't. My technology, when I first developed it, was for certified. Why would I be basically testing my products against screen paints? When the certified screens are the more advanced technology, they're the ones that got all the weight. So what point would my company be if I just tested against everyday grade paints? Where would I be going? Are you crazy? If I'm able to beat a $5,000 projection screen, you know what that puts my screen paint at? There you go. So it never had anything to do with you guys. It was all about the certifieds from day one. From customers that didn't want to spend $3,000, $5,000 for a screen, our technology allows them that they don't have to do that. That's nothing to do with you. Gee whiz Louise, you talk about delusion of grandeur on 16 different levels. These guys are basically not all there. And again, do I have to say this again? Cancel. You canceled. Can you imagine these guys fighting trying to be boxers at the end of the day? And the minute the fight comes up, they talk all this trash about this, that, and the other, and just never show up to the fight. Just won't even be there. Promoters be like, so where's the boxer at? Like, I have no idea. He's not picking up his phone. He's not here at all, period. And then 2 days later, they pop up and they start talking about the fight again. Yeah, we can't wait to get into the ring. And blah, 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 blah. Fight comes up, they disappear again. That's what you guys are. You're no-shows. We have a nickname for you guys. We call y'all the Cancel Kings. And yet, you get on YouTube and you talk about how your products are so great and so amazing, but you cancel. How does that even work? That's why no one takes you seriously. They don't. So for the fellow who did the test, I will be sending you over their cancellations, their orders that they canceled when you want to go pick up. So I think it's important that you know that. Next time you want to do a review, you can let it be known that these people canceled out and they couldn't even process their orders correctly. Or anybody on YouTube that wants to test, we'll send over their cancellations. Also give them a link to the blacklist. You can go in and check out some of the weird stuff these people have been doing. But anyway, with that being said, everybody on YouTube, I hope you enjoy your time and be safe out there. I got to go build for the next level, and I got to get ready to get these people in court before that ball drops. Oh, no worry, gentlemen. It has nothing to do with statute of limitations. I can prosecute you 3 years from now. I just want to get you out of the way. I got things to do. I'm busy. You're like a gnat. You know, you don't let it fly around your face all day long to annoy you. You just squash it and get rid of it. Then you can move on. So I got plenty of time to prosecute you. Oh, I would have to tell you about this part real quick before I leave. This is the part that's going to scare you a little bit here. So remember I told you I have 4 years to come after you, right? You could be sitting in a jail cell, and I could basically bring charges up on you while you're in that cell and prosecute you again. Making sure that you understand that I'm going to push it back even further if your date comes up for parole. Because I have charges on you for days. So I have 4 years to prosecute you. And you're not getting parole. That's not going to happen, because I will show up at the parole hearing and I will make sure it gets denied. You need some time in there for a bit. Now, I know in the back of their heads they're probably thinking, nothing's going to happen to me. He's just talking a bunch of nonsense, this, that, and the other. That's why when we get done with Fernando, you'll see exactly we mean business. All right, people, enjoy yourselves. I got to go. I'm getting ready for this new step, which I can't wait. Clothes are sitting there drying right now. I can't believe this. This is actually going to happen. I'm going to get to be wearing my business suits. I get to go to luncheons and meetings. I've already got clients lined up, all ready to come and check out the technology. And man, that Quasar is a freaking beast. I love that Quasar. That thing does everything. Everything. They're going to have a ball with it. Them selling that stuff, they're going to have a ball with it. Look how fast that stuff takes to spray on for an application or roll on. Just like that. No instructions required. That stuff is going to sell like hotcakes. They're more curious about the screen being black, because I get that all day long. It's black. Wait, the screen's black. It's a black screen? Really? Yeah, they're shocked about that. But wait till they see what that thing can do. And then pretty soon, I figure probably before 2025, we're working on getting the warehouse. I'm going to bring my people on board, and we'll start working on the new products like the gamer glass projection screens, the legendary editions. All those will start being worked on. And then we'll get ready for some expos, some shows, some trade shows, everything. Yep. God is good. These guys sat there and prosecuted me in the garage. I just shook my head and said, you don't know my God at the end of the day. You don't know what his plans are. Oh, he must be broke. He mustn't have any money. All the rumors they try to start. Oh, his business is not doing so good. He's in a garage. Yeah, I was in a garage, but I built one of the most advanced screen paints while I was in there. Far more advanced than you guys at the end of the day. You can't even beat the match or betters that are popping up. And I'm leaving out of that baby into a luxury office with a bunch of clients that are going to pay me a ton of money for that technology. And all the other technology will be engineering. And then the beautiful thing about it is, we'll be to usher in a new form of technology that everybody can afford. And batch numbers, I'm going to push that. I'm going to make that into law when I get done. I don't care how much money I got to pay. I want to get that into law. That batch numbers have to be required before you can sell on any form of platform. So, all you people out there making fake screen paints, your train's about to get derailed. All right, people. Hope you enjoyed. Gotta go. God bless.